In July 2020, the granddaughter of a Manson-family victim was discovered by a friend deceased in her Colorado apartment. Ariana Wolk had been brutally stabbed to death, meeting the same violent end as that suffered by her grandmother 5 decades earlier. Neighbors recounted seeing Ariana earlier in the day, and she was not alone. What these witnesses told detectives was not only revealing, but also deeply disturbing. Hi there, I'm Kevin, and welcome to Just Thought Lounge. Today's case takes us to Colorado in 2020, but the details, unfortunately, harken back to a brutal murder that took place in California 5 decades earlier. The details surrounding this case are far less well known, yet some are chillingly similar and equally strange. Let's take a look. On Friday, July 3rd, just before 9:30 p.m., a call was placed to Denver 911 from a resident of an apartment building on North Oneida Street. The caller explained that a man had knocked on their door moments earlier, stating that they arrived at the unit upstairs to find their friend, who lived there, dead.
12-ish, I think. I went to Sonic, and then I went to my house, which is about Mountain States, Toyota. And I was there the whole time until I just came back here, walked inside. The back door was open. I walked inside. I was like, hello, knock, knock. And I walked in and I found her in the bedroom.
Okay. When did you return back here?
When she called, I went upstairs, went inside, saw her, walked outside, and straight down here and asked her to call because my phone's actually in her room.
40-year-old Ariana Wolk was found on her bedroom floor near the closet. The single mother of a young son was pronounced dead by paramedics upon their arrival. She had suffered nearly 20 stab wounds, many to her back and neck. The friend who had discovered Ariana told officers on scene that she had been struggling recently with alcohol addiction. They were staying at the apartment temporarily to assist her sobriety. Ariana's son was with other family on the night of her death. That day, she had plans to attend a barbecue with her boyfriend.
Earlier today, before I left, she was like, hey, you want to go with us to the park? And I was like, no, I need to go home. I haven't been able to change or do anything in 2 days. So I said, I'm going. And she was supposed to be going to City Park to barbecue with her boyfriend. That's the last thing that I know.
Officers then spoke with the neighbor who called 911. That individual had seen Ariana earlier in the day, and she had not been alone. The neighbor described the man that she saw with Ariana that night.
So what time today did you see him?
I can't think of nothing no more.
Was it light outside, dark outside?
Yeah, I was closing my blinds about 20 to 9, and I saw him. I looked out the back window, and he was there, and he went around the back part. He came in through the gate. He went into the gate and round to the end.
What did he look
I shut
like?
my blind.
White guy, black guy, Hispanic guy? Black?
White.
White. Okay.
The downstairs neighbor told the officer on scene that the unknown man knocked on her door around 8:45 p.m. He wanted to speak with her about what he said was Ariana's strange behavior.
He came downstairs twice, and he asked me, can I come in and talk to you about her? I said, no, stand outside, talk to the door.
Right.
And he says, well, I don't like the way she's acting. She's acting weird and everything, talking about, he said she's going to do something to herself because she was, acting strange.
Okay.
He said, okay, he went back upstairs, but he said he was leaving.
Okay.
But then, like I said, half an hour later, like I said, I saw him in the back part of the yard. But the dog was out there.
So that was at 8:45 you saw him?
Yeah, about 4 to 9. It's almost getting
So
dark.
about 9:15.
After stating that Ariana was a threat to herself, the man said he was leaving, except he didn't. The neighbor saw him in the backyard just a half an hour later, and he was shirtless. It was only 15 minutes after that, Ariana's friend found her on the bedroom floor. Ariana had lived on Oneida Street alone for only a short time. Her on-again, off-again boyfriend had moved out only a few months prior to her death. Described by friends as a sweet person and a loving mother, she was known for her generous spirit, her silliness, and positive personality. Ariana was born on Easy Street in Penn Valley, California, into a family that had experienced tragedy years before. In August 1969, her mother, Susan LaBerge, had discovered her own mother, Rosemary, and stepfather, Lino LaBianca, brutally murdered in their Los Angeles home, victims of Charles Manson and his followers. The LaBianca murders took place the night following the infamous killing of actress Sharon Tate and 4 of her companions. Manson was reportedly unhappy with how the Tate murders had gone down. Too much panic, insufficient weapons. So, the next night, he took the 4 murderers from the night before, as well as 2 more followers, in search of another house to break into, and more people to murder. For reasons that are debated, he chose the home of Lino LaBianca, who was a wealthy grocery store executive. He and wife Rosemary, Ariana's grandmother, were brutally murdered. Rosemary was found in the living room, Lino in the bedroom. Each had been stabbed dozens of times. Ariana was born in 1979, 10 years after the killings. At 40 years old, she was just 2 years older than her grandmother had been when she, too, was stabbed to death in her home. Shortly after officers secured the scene and began interviewing witnesses, detectives arrived. They found what appeared to be a trail of blood, beginning in the bedroom, through the living room on the floor, and leading into the kitchen. There was a folding knife with blood on it in the kitchen sink, as well as residue on the faucet. The obvious suspect was Ariana's sometimes boyfriend, a man named Patrick. Friends reported that she was meant to meet with him that day. There was also a history of domestic violence in their relationship. In fact, Patrick was on pretrial release from an incident that took place between the two of them in May of that year. Since then, he had been living out of his car. Patrick sat down with detectives the day following the murder.
Were you at anywhere near the Oneida Street address at all yesterday?
Closest I was the Walgreens.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time was that?
2, 3 o'clock. Like right after that barbecue.
Did you have any contact with Ariana yesterday in person?
Yeah, I did.
At the Walgreens?
Yeah.
Was it at the Walgreens or another business nearby?
Walgreens.
Okay. Can you do me a favor real quick? Can you put your hands out like that for me? And then can you turn your hands over? Okay, thank you.
Patrick told the detective that he spoke with Ariana briefly at a Walgreens the afternoon before she died. She seemed to have been drinking, he said, and was too inebriated to continue with their plans, so he left. He also introduced another line of inquiry. Patrick stated that Ariana was quick to make new friends. He claimed that she had a habit of inviting strangers back to her apartment. Often, these were individuals without a home of their own. According to Patrick, she befriended random people on the street.
The thing with Ariana is if she gets intoxicated, she brings home people.
Okay.
Vagrants. I used to be like homeless, and so like she would bring home people and complete strangers and just put trust in them.
What do you mean by that?
Like, here's my debit card. Go to the store. Like,
Okay.
No thought process when drinking about people taking advantage or doing stuff like that.
So how often is she bringing people to the house?
Frequently, like daily.
Okay.
No, it was just like friendly. Like I'm trying to feed them, help them out, type of.
Okay.
Yeah.
When Patrick encountered Ariana at the Walgreens, he said that she was with an unknown young man. They had just met on the street while on her way to the store, only minutes before.
Was she with anyone?
She was intoxicated and she was with a younger 20-year-old kid.
What do you look like?
Like kind of flamboyant, dark hair.
White, black, Hispanic?
Oh, white.
You're saying flamboyant. Tell me what you mean.
Like he just had like a gay or stylish haircut. I'm trying to not be derogatory.
You're saying younger, like how old?
20, she said.
20?
She was like, oh, I met a gay 20-year-old, blah, 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 blah. She was like...
Do you know what he was wearing?
I might have had a red shirt, but I mean, I just briefly saw him.
Did she introduce him?
She did, but I don't remember his name. She met him supposedly walking from Oneida to Walgreens.
Okay.
While detectives spoke with Patrick, they also verified his alibi. One condition of his pretrial release was an ankle monitor. Pretrial services tracked Patrick's GPS from that device on the day of the murder and found that he was not at Ariana's address at any time. He was eliminated as a suspect in her murder. As strange as it seemed, he was not the only one to tell detectives that Ariana had a habit of inviting vagrants to her home. Returning to the neighbors in her building, they spoke with the son of one tenant who was frequently visiting the downstairs apartment. He not only confirmed that seeing Ariana with new people regularly was common, but he also described seeing a man that matched the description provided by Patrick.
You know, she has so many new faces. You know, all the time. She got new.
That lives upstairs?
Yeah, she had new people every time. I mean, after, Patrick left, boyfriend or whatever, you know, after he left, she had so many people, all many different guys every day.
Did you see the neighbor at the house?
Yes. She was coming from the liquor store, I guess.
Okay.
And she had a dog walking the dog with her.
Okay. Was she with anyone else at that time?
No.
Did you hear somebody else or see somebody else?
I seen this guy that I'd never seen before. My mom said she's seen him before.
Okay, what do you look like?
It was a Mexican guy with a box cut. I seen him real good when, you know, she fell down that stairs down there in the back door.
Okay.
Her foot was way up on the top. I thought he had pushed her.
Okay.
Her foot was, you know, from the top. It was hanging on the top. And I said, oh, did you just push her? And he said, no. And she said, no, he's gay. All this time.
Surveillance video from a camera on East Colfax Avenue and North Monaco Street at 5:15 p.m. on July 3rd showed Ariana walking eastbound on the street in the company of a man with black hair. Her friend's small dog walked with them. The man was wearing all black with bright red shoes. They were captured crossing the street and continuing in the direction of Ariana's apartment on Oneida. On Colfax Street, the two had entered a store that was equipped with internal security cameras. Still images from these cameras showed the man in black carrying a clear plastic Starbucks cup filled with a pink drink. He also had a distinctive tattoo on his left forearm. It was the Starbucks cup that detectives narrowed in on. One similar to it had been discarded on the front yard of Ariana's building and spotted by officers. That cup was later recovered from the lawn and sent for testing. Fingerprints pulled from the plastic returned a match. Jose Sandoval-Romero. He was 24 years old, with a matching build to the man in the surveillance. He had short, dark brown hair and a red tattoo on his arm, which appeared to match the one captured on camera. On July 7th, Jose was brought into the station for questioning. Unlike Patrick, who had no visible cuts or scratches on his hands or arms, Jose had two separate, partially healed cuts to his right hand. It was a telltale sign, consistent with a knife slipping as he made stabbing motions. These cuts were also thought to be the cause of the blood droplets observed on the living room and kitchen floors at the murder scene. Complaining of light sensitivity, Jose wore his sunglasses for most of the interview. He began by explaining how he had encountered Ariana that afternoon while she was arguing with Patrick.
And then all of a sudden, this lady and this guy were fighting outside of a Walgreens, and the lady started coming up to me asking me, like, are you okay? And I'm like, do I know you? Is that your boyfriend right there? Is he gonna try to beat me up if I talk to you? The boyfriend got out the car and, tried to talk to her, but she said that he had like a restraining order on her or something, or an ankle bracelet. And I was like, you don't need to cry, it's okay. And she just kept telling me that she wanted to put some type of drug in me, because she says that she does these type of drugs to herself. She says she puts frog poisoning in her body, and she says that she wanted me to go with her and do the same thing. And I told her, no, I don't know nothing about that stuff.
The one at Walgreens you're talking about is the one that's next to Frosted Leaf. Is that the Walgreens you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So you say you run into this lady and this guy, so they're arguing. So he ends up leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys...
Jose said that after Patrick left, he and Ariana purchased food for a man they encountered in the alleyway. After that, he was compelled to help her home because she did not appear capable of getting there on her own. He continued to insist that he did not want to go with her, that her strange references to feeding him frog poison frightened him.
And then we went, gave the bum the food, and then from there she kept stumbling on the ground, and she had a dog and a bunch of stuff carrying her. She's like, I cannot make it home by myself, please, you need to come with me. And I'm like, Miss, I really don't want to hang out with you. There's something wrong with you. You have so much stuff, and for some reason you just keep stumbling on the ground.
Jose did agree to help Ariana home. Once inside, he made her a cup of tea. He claimed to be unaware that she was intoxicated, primarily because he did not see her actually consume any alcohol. He did, however, know that something was not quite right.
Let me make you some tea, let me make you some coffee, let me do anything to make you feel better. And I started making her coffee, tea, and she would just keep crying, and she would just keep trying to fight with me. And at some point, she just started like actually trying to fight with me. Then after that, I just kind of lost it. And, from there, it's kind of just self-said.
The portion of the story that Jose believed was self-explanatory was that he proceeded to stab Ariana multiple times in the back. They had met only hours earlier. At first, the 24-year-old claimed that he had tried to leave. He went to the downstairs neighbor and told her that Ariana was acting strangely. He claimed this was in order to help her so he could leave, knowing that the neighbor would check in on her later.
And then I went downstairs, told the neighbor, hey, this lady's crazy. I gotta go. Like, there's something wrong with her. In a couple hours, can you come and check up on her? I was like, I'm trying to go. I'm not trying to comfort this girl. I was like, I'm trying to go. Can you please go and check up on her? She's like, you see, that's the thing about her is we're worried and we're scared of her. And we don't know if we... She's like, I'll just call the cops because I'm not going to be dealing with her.
Okay.
I'm too old and this and that. And I'm like, okay, miss, I'll...
But instead of leaving, he went back to the apartment. Then he said that Ariana began messing with his head.
I don't know how she did it. She just played me. She pretty much, I don't know why she fucking told me to go with her. This lady literally picked me up from the street and she made me feel bad. And every time I would leave her, she would stumble on the ground and make me feel bad. And every time I said, no, I gotta go. Something's not right with you. And then she would stumble on the ground and cry. And she would just stumble on the ground and cry. And I don't know, she just played me. She played me. But I pretty much played myself by listening to her. I'm telling you, she drugged me. She drugged me and she told me that she wanted.
Jose told detectives a confusing cocktail of motives for the killing. His overarching assertion was that Ariana convinced him to kill her. He claimed they came to an agreement about it, and that in a matter of only a few hours, he came to believe it was the only way to help her. But he played with the idea that he was defending himself by claiming that she threatened him, that her boyfriend was on his way to the apartment with another man and they planned to kill him. Finally, he asserted that Ariana had abruptly turned violent, at one point coming at him with the knife. He managed to fight her off, though the attack made him angry. So he used the knife to stab Ariana.
And the only way to help her was apparently her crazy way.
To help kill her?
Yeah.
So when she's talking to you about that, it kind of you're telling me, and again, correct me if I'm not understanding you. What you're saying is you thought the only way to help her was to kill her.
She was going to have her boyfriend show up, and then she called her boyfriend, and I don't know what they talked about, but she pretty much told me that, like, we were going to die that day.
Okay.
She talked me into it, and I listened. That's it.
Why didn't you call 911?
Because she told me her boyfriend and her gay boyfriend's friend was going to come and kill me. They had this plan.
So instead you killed her?
She wanted to kill me.
So when you stabbed her, is it because you were trying to help her or because you were mad?
It was both.
Okay.
That's the only way you can get mixed up.
Jose approached Ariana when she entered her bedroom and was walking towards her closet. He claimed he stabbed her twice.
So you said when she walks into the bedroom, she's walking to her closet. Is that the first time you stab her?
Mm-hmm.
So she's facing away from you?
Well, yeah.
She's walking to the...
After she, like, pretty much took the knife out and pretty much tried to stab me and stumbled, I took it away.
And then she walks into the bedroom towards the closet.
Yes.
You follow her into the bedroom. And then that's the first time you stab her?
Mm-hmm.
So she's facing her closet and you're behind her.
She was running for something, yes.
After the murder, Jose fled the scene and disposed of evidence. He stripped off all of his clothing as he left the apartment and threw them in a nearby dumpster, along with his shoes. He spent the next several days at his mother's house, watching the door, waiting to see if law enforcement would find him.
If you have enough thought to get rid of your bloody clothes, okay, because you're like, I got blood all over my clothes because I just stabbed this woman to death, that I think you understood what you were doing.
We both understood what we were doing.
Hey, do me a favor, take those glasses off. But I don't think you're giving us the whole truth. I think you're trying to spin it a little about this. Well, she convinced me, she made me. How old are you? 24 years old, right?
Yes.
And who can make you do anything?
Nobody.
Right. So nobody made you stab her.
Nobody made me stab her.
You decided to stab her.
Well, she talked me into it. You guys will never believe it, because how could you guys believe it?
Because
right?
I can't get talked into killing somebody.
No, but you can
people can't get talked into killing people.
You were trying to paint this in a picture that makes it most acceptable.
No, I'm not.
But what happened here
is not acceptable.
Is you stabbed this poor drunk lady about 20 times.
She was drunk. I didn't know
while
that.
she was down on her bedroom floor. It's one of the worst stabbings I've seen in my 23 years of law enforcement. And then you're smart enough to get out of there, destroy the evidence, evade our efforts to locate you, and come down to the Springs.
Following his confession, Jose Sandoval-Romero pleaded guilty to the murder. In early 2023, he was sentenced to 48 years in prison. His earliest date of release is in July 2055. Ariana's mother, Susan, was 72 years old when her daughter was murdered. She told media outlets at the time that she was grieving the loss of her daughter and was too upset to comment. A GoFundMe page was created by Ariana's sister, Rami, to help raise money to bring her body back to California. She also set up a separate fundraiser to help create a trust fund for Ariana's young son. And that was the tragic case of Ariana Wolk. Thank you for joining me, and a special thanks this week to Cherry T, Deja Brown, and Haley Turner for joining our Sherlock Holmes membership. Welcome to the Members Lounge. I'm Kevin, this is Just Thought Lounge, and I'll see you in the next one.
time, cause these crimes get deep, but these stories can't hide. Let me find my seat. Kevin, go ahead and settle in. Gotta be selective, doing all the research, keeping it objective. Always been effective, can say he got a knack. Pick of the litter, you see how Newton got his back. Yeah, the content that you need, this could be a new sign. We talking the comments, they jot